We are Spud and Joey. We are best friends, dads, and realtors. We also head up a running tribe here in Salt Lake City called Run with Mojo. On the weekends, we love exploring new trails and neighborhoods together. We aren't the fastest or the most skilled runners in the world. We're just two slightly out of shape dads that love a good trail run. We love running as much for the opportunity to clear our minds and have a good laugh as we do for the run itself. As runners, we know how mundane running on a treadmill can be. That's why we created the Come Run With Us project. So the next time you're on a treadmill, you'll have a cool trail to explore and a couple of buddies to run with. No matter what time of day or where you are in the world, you can always come run with us. Well, Spud, where are we?
Kanab, Utah.
Do you know the name of this trail that we're about to embark on?
Cottonwood?
Cottonwood Trail.
I've only heard that twice. I just want to point that out, that I remembered that. Good memory, Spud. That's what they always call me.
Yep, GMS, Good Memory Spud. Why isn't my phone pulling up here? Okay, here we go.
Wow.
My phone doesn't recognize me with my awesome new running glasses that I got at the 50 miler.
Cool.
I call these glasses the 50.
Oh, I get that now. Sorry.
Aerodynamics, like a whole windshield. And with how rainy it was at the
50.
At the 50, these actually came in handy.
That's cool.
Now, I will say, the hue from my Ray-Bans, the clarity and whatnot from my Ray-Bans, I like that a little bit better than these. These kind of have a bluish hue. My Ray-Bans were more of just like a vibrant, kind of bright, nicer
Yeah.
hue.
But
That's the word I'm looking for.
those are amazing. So, I mean, hue.
Well,
right?
and I guess I haven't really ran with these on like a bright day. So like,
They might be
it
amazing.
might be amazing, yeah.
So, did you run with them on the 50?
Yeah, for parts. Most of the time, yeah, maybe like half of it.
But when you recorded video, you always had them off, right? Because I just don't recall them. I feel like
Yeah,
I
no,
would've-
I've never worn them before with
Oh.
you.
Okay.
Last time we ran, we did Jordan River Trail, and my knee was hurting.
Oh yeah, how is the knee?
I think it's better.
Nice.
If I'm being honest, I've only done one treadmill run since then,
Oh, okay.
and I believe that was what,
So you don't
2
know.
weeks ago?
So we definitely don't know if it's better or not.
Well, yeah, no, but I got on the treadmill this week and it felt better.
Oh, I gotta hurry and tell you a super awesome tip that I found. So I didn't know this about ultras, but ultras have, so all I wear is ultras, you know, because
Yep.
I'm very, what's that word where you only, like you're super, like me and you, like I'm never leaving you, never leaving ultra, what's that word? You know, I'm like, I'm very
Invested. Oh, you're faithful. Faithful to ultra.
There's another, anyway.
Oh, I bet if somebody's listening right now, I bet it's like killing them because they know the word and they're like yelling it. It's like, how could you not know this word?
I am
do
very,
that in podcasts all the time.
I am very, anyway, so after, you're gonna know this, Dan. So.
Look at that tree splitting that rock.
What?
How cool is that?
That is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen.
There's a little trail. I wonder if
So, you know this if you read Born to Run 2, so never mind. I can't even tell you. I took out the...
I'm not even all the way through Born to Run 2. I think it's pulling teeth. Like, Born to Run is like the most influential running book of all time. And it's too instructional. And with where I do audio, I'm like, I'm not gonna remember any of this shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
no, I mean, I've still haven't finished it.
But I did think it would be funny. I actually made a note of this, Spud. I thought, you know how they call them the movement snacks or whatever, magic movement snacks?
Oh, yeah.
We should record us doing those on a video because I feel like if you can see what it is, you know, it's a picture's worth 1,000 words, right?
Yeah, no, I like that. Oh, so I don't know when it is in the book, but he talks about, you know, the Ultras Escalante Racer being the like only shoe that they would recommend because shoes are so chunky monkey and ruin your body. And if you get the other one, the just regular Escalante, then you have to just take out the insole. So I have the Ultra Torin 5s, and I took out the insole. Dude, these things feel better than they have ever felt in my life. Oh, wait, what are you getting?
Okay, yeah.
What are you getting?
While we're at it,
What are you getting back
the
there?
world's greatest calf muscle. Look at these things. They're glorious.
No, but really, the Torin 5s.
Oh, yeah, back to the shoe.
Boom. Took out the insole. I feel like my feet are grabbing the ground. Like, they're like...
Which way do we go?
Oh.
Definitely not that way. This way's the spot.
I've just never, like, I ran 8 miles on the treadmill the other day. Felt like it was nothing. Like, it was
It's
so
amazing.
weird.
Was that the Bloody Nipples day?
No, Bloody Nipple Day was...
That was a 10-miler, right?
That was a 10-miler.
On the treadmill.
Yeah, on the treadie.
What an animal.
Well,
Just sending it.
honestly, I've been listening to older music that I used to listen to all the time that I just haven't listened to in a very, very long time. And my rule is when I get to a song that I don't like, that's when I can stop. But I have to be... So, like, my goal every day is a minimum 3 miles when I get on the treadmill. So I can't stop until I get 3 miles, no matter what. And I always do that because no matter how miserable you are those first 2-3 miles, by the time you get to that 3, you're like, yeah, I'm doing this. And so when I was running and I got this mix going, man, that 3 miles felt like 20 seconds. So I was like, I'm gonna keep going. And yeah, I forgot to cover my nips, and oh,
Forgot to lube up, man.
I just couldn't believe how it bled right through the shirt. Like, how many people walked past me at Vasa and was like, huh, that's...
Oh, wait, when did you find out?
I didn't notice until I got home and looked in the shower in the bathroom. Like, no idea.
That's hilarious.
So, and what's weird is, like, normally I'd feel that, but I was in this state of euphoria.
Oh my gosh. That's, how deep were you into your pain cave to not feel that your nipples were on fire and bleeding?
Yeah, and then of course I knew the real pain once I got in the shower. It was like, oh, that thing's raw.
Hey, don't let me forget. I need to post on Run with Mojo this guy, Wes Plate.
Oh yeah, you talked about him last time.
Yeah, made a video. It came out and it's awesome. And I made an appearance.
Oh, you actually...
Hey, like said, Joey Satori's bib number, whatever.
That's awesome.
I don't remember what my bib number was, but. How's the pace? Is this okay? Just kind of taking it easy?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, this is actually good for me.
Okay. Yeah, I like the random jaunts downhill and then the walking a little bit fast uphill. It feels
Feels
so
good, right? Yeah.
Gosh, those shoes have such a good tread on them.
This tread on these MF shoes.
But
they're
also the color. Like, let's be honest. Color's the best.
What are they? They're the Saucony. There's a gold writing.
Carbitex?
It's gold writing. F.
I don't see it. On the back? Oh, there's a back one. Pure Run? Nope, that's the foam.
I'll find it.
Man, we're so bad.
You know,
People are
sadly.
gonna look at that and go, huh, yeah, that's this shoe, because they're actually like probably so legit. They just know.
Honestly, bro, like, man, they're a little uncomfortable.
That sucks.
The feet hasn't worked great with them.
What's
And I don't know if
uncomfortable part? Like what?
I don't know if maybe I needed to go like a half a size down with these or something. And maybe they're just supposed to feel a little
I mean, they do lift
loose.
a lot. Like your foot comes out of them quite a bit when you lift your foot. Like your heel comes out quite a bit.
It does, doesn't it? I gotta
And I wonder if
cinch
that's,
these bad boys up.
yeah, I wonder if that's affecting them. Take out the insole. Good heck. Greatest thing in the world.
But they're already a little too roomy.
No, so just taking out the insole for me was just the cush. Just getting rid of the cush. No cush in the bottom.
The
Just
tush.
felt way better, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna tie my shoes up a little tighter.
Oh.
I can
Okay.
catch up.
Well, I'm just gonna film this really pretty view. I can do like a 360.
I will say, okay, so we're in Kanab, Utah, and I've spent quite a few mornings here in the last year, and this place is majestic. This is another level.
Oh, do you want me to go first though?
I could take
Well, no, I can hold this. I'm gonna hold it off to the side. Let us know if you like that or not. I don't know if I like seeing the trail, or do you like seeing the view?
I think you got a little bit of both, but I think the trail's the priority, right?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'd way rather just look at that view.
See, I feel like when you have it on the trail, you still see the view. Like these vistas in the background are bananas.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
But
go
it
with,
engages you when you're like watching it on screen because you're like, it puts you in that moment, you know?
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, and a lot of times you run behind somebody, so I guess this isn't like a weird view.
No, especially this one because I mean, check out that junk up there. I'm talking about me, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely got that.
Okay.
It just,
All right, give me some sort of feedback, you know, as kind of a back and forth when I drop a joke, if it's received or if I need to go further with it. You know, they call it a little back and forth, you know?
yeah, when they're
It's
so
like
bad,
you converse.
it's hard for me to, but I'll definitely do that.
Oh my hell, is this living or what?
I mean, I love this.
Like,
It's so
now
funny
we're
how
down in
running
this
on trails,
amazing
like,
wash.
it makes it so much less work.
Yo, is that a giant eagle that just swooped down?
No, that was Joey Sartorius.
Did you see that though?
Oh no, I was too busy watching my foot placement. Paying attention.
There's like a backhanded element to what that comment you just made. No, I was carrying the camera, carrying 90% of every conversation we have, and going down a rocky trail, Joey. I didn't have time to look around and see all the cool stuff that you can see when you're running point.
Hey, you're pulling this, you know?
Am I? Are we just slightly above comfortable?
Oh no, you're
On you?
pulling us on the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
It's rare.
because this is a much harder trail for me right now, so the talking is a little harder.
All right, you got the reservoir out there. The reservoir has a beautiful, I think it's a 3 mile, like a 5K trail. I might be overshooting that, but it's a paved
No, that's what
trail.
Megan was saying. Megan was saying it was like 3 miles there,
Yeah, she goes almost every day.
and then 3 miles like around, and then 3 back. I was like, gosh, that's like the best 9 miler ever. But yeah, I'm super pumped to run more in Kanab. I feel like we'll be down here more just because of all the random like stack homes that, you know, have gotten authorized down here. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah, so we got one going in right here in Kanab, a 960 square foot unit with,
Like a little breezeway.
yeah, 45 foot
40.
breezeway.
Yeah, 40 square foot.
Which is really just like a connector if you wanted to add a master bedroom down the road, but they're using it right now for a little office space. Lots of windows. So there's that one, and then 2 more down here, right? With all
there's
within an
one in
hour's drive.
Alton, a 960 and a 480, and then there's a one going in Glendale, which I'd never heard of any of these cities. Google them. They're pretty little.
Wait, which Glendale? There's multiple Glendales. Where's this Glendale?
Oh, it's just right up the road from Kanab. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but his doesn't go in for like a bit, but the one in Alton is being finished just like the one in Kanab. So it's pretty sweet. Stackhomes.com if you haven't heard of it. It's pretty sweet. It's how we pay the bills so we can, you know, come out here and run randomly. It's kind of cool.
Time to pay the bills brought to you by Joey and Spud.
I think that's our biggest problem.
Please buy houses with us.
When one person's talking, the other one's laughing. So it's real hard to know, you know, what's happening.
Say that over.
I said the problem is every time one of us is talking, one of us is laughing at what the other one is saying. So it's, I mean, not every time. I mean, I am hilarious, but not every time. You're hilarious, but not every time. So it's just hard to have that, you know, that just single voice. You know, maybe let us know if that's annoying. I can't not laugh though. So like, I don't, like you're gonna tell me it's annoying, then I'm just gonna say, okay, thank you. But I'm still gonna laugh at Joey. Like in a nice way. This trail is just
magical.
It's so
the
great.
most magical thing. This is exactly like what I was hoping for from a little jogger.
So Joey's never been on this trail, but he's really wanted to. I've never heard of this trail. And so I was like, yeah.
I've been trying to come on this trail for like 9 months, and it just seems like every time I went to, there was some circumstance that prevented me from doing it. So yes, today the stars aligned. The weather is effing glorious. Spud and I went to a 60s pool party themed party last night. We are down here sponsoring the Kanab Film Festival, and the hosts of this event, it's a 3 to 4 day event, the hosts of it put on this party last night. The band was vibing, little 2-piece number. They had a guy spinning fire torches. Do you remember when they couldn't quite get the timing of the songs right when the fire dancer wanted to start his routine?
I was wondering, I was like, what is going on right now with the fire dancer? Because he kept like walking over and then walk back, walk over, walk back. I was like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, so the lead vocals for the little 2-piece band that played all night, amazing. I gotta find out the name of this band and I'll report back. But he was supposed to start this music for the fire dancer and they could not get it right. It probably took him 15 attempts.
That makes so much more sense now.
Oh my gosh. It was so great. And this poor guy, the lead singer, was just like, sorry. I'm so sorry. That was great.
Also, side note into that is there was no swimming at this pool party. Like, why do you have a pool party without swimming?
Oh, there was swimming. One person swam at the whole event. And you guessed it, Mr. Spud Kendall. It was probably the best cannonball I've ever seen in my life. It was
we should definitely upload that video somehow to something.
We'll have our editors insert it in.
Good old Chuck. I'm really excited though because the pool party thing was, you know, I'm a rule follower, and so I didn't want to not follow rules. So I saw a security guard, I went and said, hey.
MF, I didn't start my Strava.
I mean, I got mine.
You even said it. You can share yours with me.
Here, do you want to take that for a sec?
Isn't there nothing more devastating in running than when you realize you haven't been tracked for a certain amount of time. Oh.
Uh-oh. Joey didn't run today. Super awkward.
But at
least I got mine in.
I had a 22 miler and something went berserk on my phone because I record in Strava and I record in just whatever one comes with the watch. It didn't record like 7 of my miles.
Oh.
And I was like hauling ass. I was feeling so good that day. And it was a tempo. I kind of like made it up in my head to be more of a tempo run. And I was hustling. And I didn't get the last 4 miles of the run. And it was super devastating.
You know you can go in there and edit them, right? Like on Strava.
Of course I know that.
So like at the very end. So at the very end, you can go in and you can hit edit and you can actually so remember that one, your huge run, like your 30 whatever?
Yeah.
So.
The one you paced me on?
Yeah, I forgot to turn it off. And so I had these, insanely fast miles on my way home.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
And so I was like,
I'm
no.
like, 5-minute mile? I didn't know I was feeling that good. And then, you realize you had your...
Yeah,
it was recording.
And
doing 65.
And so I was upset because it was like the longest run of that year, or this year. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna figure this out. And so I went in and you can actually drag your stopping point back. So it makes it, so I don't understand. Oh.
I was like, is there a fence or is there just a gate?
Okay.
Are we gonna go into another dimension?
But yeah, you just drag and drop your start point or your end point and it'll let you move it. I do not know if it doesn't record if you can move it forward to where you stop. So anyway, I did that because I was like, I'm not gonna allow myself to not have a 16 miler just because I, had some, 2-second miles on the way home.
How far have we gone?
Right now?
Yeah. How long have we even been running for?
Let me look.
Honestly, it feels like...
I mean, I got my Fabletics.
Feels more like flying.
And I can just use my pocket. So we've been 1.19 miles and it's been 22 minutes.
Sweet. Do you want to just go out 30 and back 30, or how do you want to do it?
I don't care. I'll go until I am tired and want to quit, and then we turn back if you want, or 30, whatever. I think I'm honestly down to do any amount.
Man, this slopey, soft, gradual downhill we're rocking right now is like butter.
It does feel so good. I am so blown away by how good these shoes feel without that insole. Sorry, I'm gonna mention it a lot because I'm so happy. It feels like my feet are just gripping and grabbing the ground.
The roads.
Wow. Video surveillance.
Okay, so I assume this is it.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like we're gonna drop back into this thing. This might be honestly my favorite running trail of all time.
Yes.
I feel like, this is like the perfect trail if you want to get into trail running. Just slopey, it's not technical at all. You can go slow, you can haul ass, you can do whatever you want on this thing.
I do love it. And it makes me really happy that I got to be the first guy to run it with you. Makes me feel cool.
I feel like if I was a kid, so we're coming up on a switchback. I feel like if I was a kid, we won't do it now because we know it's important to stay on the trail. But if I was a kid, there's 100% absolute probability that I cut down through this and pretend like I'm either chasing a bad guy or being chased. It's gonna be my little like Indiana Jones shortcut.
That's awesome.
No doubt I'm doing that when I'm little. 1,000,000% chance.
Yeah, I definitely would have stayed on the trail even as a small child because I really like rules. But
Well, man, aren't we getting into something? Aren't we unpacking a few things?
There's a lot of horse poop on the trail, you know?
So, awesome fun fact. One of our amazing agents, Sarah, who lives down here in Kanab, has a little Airbnb casita right at the trailhead of this trail and another trail called Bunting. And on Bunting, I believe there's petrified dinosaur tracks that you can see in the rocks.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so her casita's right there. We'll have to put a link for it in the whatever, in the description, of course, because I know how to do that. But yeah, it's awesome. The casita has super beautiful views. Has kind of a different layout. It's a great layout for like a family because there's 2 bedrooms connected with a nice bathroom in the middle of it. It's probably not like where you would book if you were a business executive on a business trip, because there's no real, you can't really get away from the other person in it. You know, it's not like an official 2-bed. But if you're going as like a family, like my situation, your situation, if you had little kids, it's got a bunch of beds, big open rooms that are like fun. It's just the 2 bedrooms are kind of connected, you know?
Dude, that's amazing.
But right here, you literally wake up and you walk out, and this is walking out. It's insane.
We should just book that when we come to hang down here
I started
with families.
exploring Kanab about a year ago when we started coming down here, and my goodness, I'm just in love with this little part of the world.
I mean, it's actually not that far. I mean,
not.
if you leave early enough.
Spud and I left, played a round of golf in Mount Carmel, 9 holes, and we were here by 10:45 in the morning. So like we rolled in at 10:45 p.m. We just got in before the desk clerk went home for the evening. No, literally, it's super fast. Hour from St. George, which is the perfect distance. Man, I love St. George so much.
Well, and that's kind of cool.
They've got some infrastructure things. I feel like it's like well, everybody loves St. George. That's why they have infrastructure things. Everybody wants to be there.
And I think it's cool that St. George is so close, because it's like if you want to live close to Salt Lake, but you don't want to be in Salt Lake and you're an hour away from Salt Lake. So you get a house in like Nephi, you know? It's similar to like, hey, you can live in Kanab and then drive to St. George as your big city. My only thing I do not like about...
They fly out of Vegas 9 times out of 10. And by the way, when I say that St. George has infrastructure things, I mean challenges. With how fast it's grown, obviously there's gonna be challenges. And I think they've done a pretty good job with them. It's just, I don't know when that influx is ever going to stop.
Oh yeah, they'll never be able to keep up with it.
It's just a, you know, it's a magical place.
It's like Saratoga
People
Springs.
want to be there.
You know, they can't keep up.
Yeah, Saratoga Springs for sure. Lord, so early 2000s, when I first get out of high school, I was working in a few different trades, kind of figuring out my landing place. Had done some like UDOT, like freeway stuff right out of high school. I did that with Mr. Sam Adams and Morgan Hall.
Well, I didn't know that.
it paid well, but it was the most back-breaking work. All we did was haul 130-pound cement blocks all day.
Wow.
It was insane. Anyways, then I did electrical work, and I gotta remember what the hell got me on this point.
Don't you remember it was St. George? No, Saratoga.
Saratoga.
Yeah, Saratoga.
Thank you. And
So
then I got a
you
job.
were gonna say things you did in Saratoga and how big it is, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get this job as an electrician, and we're wiring condos out in Eagle Mountain. It's probably '01.
Man.
Let's see, is it '01?
That was before I graduated. I graduated in '02.
Yeah. And if you forgot your lunch out there, and this is at ranches, you know, this isn't that far out there anymore. This is all connected. But yeah, that summer, if you forgot your lunch, you would have to drive back into Lehigh. It was like you'd have to clock out for an hour 10.
That is
It was so far
crazy.
out there. And like,
was it
you
Lehigh,
remember,
Maine? Was it the only way out there, Lehigh,
yeah,
Maine?
Lehigh, Maine.
Wow.
That was it. And you could buy a piece of ground at the Four Corners right there for nothing. And I told my family, so we should maybe think about this. that
Man,
piece
can
of
you
real
imagine
estate
if you would
now.
have just bought like everything out there? Like,
So listen, peeps, when your agent calls you and they're like, and they're kind of tingling, and they're really excited about something, follow that
the tingle.
intuition. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I mean, Joey
This is
did tell
just
me
heaven.
to buy a townhome out there, and
Oh man,
continue to
I was going to
invest.
tell you, being in the military, I had a bunch of buddies. We had a bunch of buddies, Sterling, a buddy named Jake College. Anyways, they all lived out at City Center. And I did a bunch of brickwork out there, maybe in like '05 or something like that. And it was like the strangest place. It was just this pop-up, what is it called? Upcropping? An upcropping of homes in the literal middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere, there was just 800 homes. It was insane.
Dude, how long has it been since you've been out there?
Not very long. It's like
okay.
gone bananas. So Facebook is putting a giant thing out there.
Yeah, I was just wondering because
It's all connected. It's like actually really pretty awesome. The people who had the vision for it back then, like, wow. But even that was not without its challenges,
Oh, it had to have been hard to get stuff out there, I would assume.
Yeah, there was a lot of turnover, lawsuits. There was a lot of, man, that got hit hard during the recession, like really hard. You could buy houses out there for nothing. When I started my career, man, if you had $1 million in your pocket in '09 or 2010, I just can't even try to imagine what your worth would be right now. Yeah. Oh. Man, talking about real estate, I'm like moving down the trail at a nice little clip.
Yeah, you are.
Guess that's my happy place. I honestly can't say if I've ever enjoyed something more than this. Like, it's insane.
I'm gonna go with it.
I hope it's radiating
Oh, it is.
out of our butts.
It's definitely like I'm feeling it out of your butt right now. Like it's just radiating.
You are coming up the rear. Maybe that's why I'm running so fast. I hear Spud's footsteps.
Yeah, I'm definitely not meaning to do that
No, it's perfect.
because I'm barely hanging on to this stride or this pace.
What are we at? Are we at 30 minutes? God, it's hard not to. Let's just pop back out and see if there's a Kanab view over here.
I do need to pee at some point. Can we pee out here?
Well, why
Is
not
that-
just have
is that
this be the
legal?
point?
What?
Why not just have this be the point?
Okay. Well, we're 34 minutes, 16,
Oh my hell!
2 miles. Honestly, that pace isn't bad. I mean,
Yeah, I
for
think
us-
even just for
us.
video's sake,
Hey,
maybe now's a good time.
they see me. Oh, I was pointing to the camera. Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't know how to screen. Like
See, I'm wondering, like, if this goes down, but every 2 minutes you go, it's 4 minutes back.
I mean, what do we what time is it? I mean, it's 8:40. So, what do we have to do? When do we have to be somewhere? What is your
Did
time?
my watch? So my watch 12 minutes ago. Look, I'm super old school. I just use outdated stuff. That's how I am. Okay, so 12 minutes ago, my watch sensed that I was doing an outdoor run and it started recording just in case I'd want the info. It's like it heard me.
No, I mean, it probably did. It's like,
Gosh, I want to pop out right over there, but I think it's just going to keep going, and we're going to end up being like another 15 minutes and be like, oh shit.
Well, let's just head back. We can always do this again, like later today.
That's
Why don't
a
we
cool
come
idea.
back for like a
No,
evening?
let's do a little bit more steepy, like kind of a hike up, and then like a haul ass down.
Okay. That'd be
You
kinda
cool with that?
Oh yeah. I actually love downhill.
Let's honestly just do bunting later.
Okay.
We'll go and do an hour on bunting. Man, peeps, these are like literally in the town. You drive to the one part of the town and you get on these trails. I was gonna check and see.
We should
if
make sure we drop like a pin for like.
I did grab a pin of the trailhead,
Yeah.
but I
that
suck at
somewhere.
I suck at all trails, guys.
What's all trails?
Guys, I'm a caveman. All right.
Well, obviously you're not too bad because I'm like, what's all trails?
Oh, it's just kind of this futuristic, interactive kind of AI component thing. You kind of have to know how to code to use this app and enjoy it, like how it really should function.
So basically, it's an app that shows you all the trails.
Yeah, not a lot of people know. It's very expensive. It is a ton of money for the software, but totally worth it. You know, if you know how to cross-link AI components, like, and it's like biological stuff, you know, so anyways.
When Joey tries to act all like
No, but no,
savvy.
it's just, some people have it, you know, some people have that can do technology, and then, you know, there's just a lot of people that can't. And it's a good thing that it pays so well that you understand technology and that you're fluent in technology like me. Because I don't even know how you do it if you're not completely up to date on all the latest versions of stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, I got you.
And in that rant, I forgot that I was looking for the trail that we are currently walking on.
Oh. Man, people really
Yeah,
need
if people aren't just peeing in their pants about how, if it's not translating on the GoPro.
Oh, it's in your voice, okay?
Gosh, how rewarding is this, Spud, to think that there might be somebody somewhere on a treadmill in a dark, stinky gym in like Ohio in the middle of winter, and they're going to get to pull this up and do a hour and 10-minute workout on a treadmill with us.
I don't know, they might mute this one. They might be like, wow, that guy, he's excited. And you can tell
he's
Spud's
breathing
tired
hard.
and he's hungry because he
Sheesh.
is not talking. And he's just in the background.
I do worry about that constantly while we're recording, because I'm always like, are we gonna get back and it's just gonna sound like
I mean, this one's probably one of the hardest ones for me. Normally I can run and, honestly, I can run and talk like, I would say better than most, because that's just my happy place.
You know, the other thing I forget to do when I'm cameraman, I just forget this thing's in my hand.
Which is so crazy, because when I'm holding it, it like throws off my whole entire running.
Well, no, but I think it's gonna show on screen that I forget that it's in my hand, because it's like, I'm just carrying it like a baton, you know?
All of a sudden you're just looking at the side of the wall of this steep mountain and you're like, huh, wish I knew what the trail looked like, Joey.
I wanted to laugh harder just then, but my breathing. Which, man. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna even, yeah. I have something I wanted to share, but I think I'm gonna wait.
Oh snap.
It's a teaser. It's a teaser, y'all. Tune in next week when Joey comes clean about eating Spud snacks last night.
Which we all know is not true.
Yeah. I'd rather eat cardboard, I think.
No, that's not
I'm
true.
teasing.
My snacks are
Your
actually
dinner
pretty
last night looked surprisingly edible.
good. Yeah.
Spud, let's talk through what you deal with.
Oh, yeah, so I
Is
did.
this a whole different episode?
No, I mean,
Is this like
we could cut
do
it.
we need to build an episode
I really want
around
to, regardless
your
of
diet?
what we do, no matter what with this, I really want to say, Chuck, cut it. Because Chuck from now on is going to just be my editor. It doesn't matter who Chuck is.
Yeah, what the person's name is.
It doesn't matter who. It could be man, woman, dog. Chuck, cut it. So Chuck, cut in right now. I need this. So I took a food sensitivity test.
What if that ends up not? But wait, should we science test that before we just like?
Oh no!
Make
Either
like
way,
this is how it
no,
goes.
either way it works. Because either way it doesn't get.
Because
Chuck-
what if it doesn't work or they can't cut it out and you're like,
No,
it says
no.
Chuck cut it like
No,
37 times in the.
Because it's hilarious. It's
Okay,
so
all right.
great. I
That's
mean,
fair.
I think it's hilarious, so it's staying. Chuck.
Oh, and
cut it.
that could be the punchline to the joke too, like end scene, you know, like Shag and I have a great little game we play, where it's called Next Scene, and whenever there's anything going on, we if you say like, okay, next scene, then you have to create like a funny scenario. Like, take for example, like. You know, like a great next scene would be me and Shag saying, or a classic one would be like me and Shag saying, oh, we're not gonna drink tonight. We're just gonna go out and have seltzer waters, maybe one beer. And then the next scene you would say would be like us, like completely hammered,
Yeah.
you know, partying, champagne bottles. Classic next scene, right?
Yeah.
So you can take that and in a million different directions.
Yeah.
Like Shag has a little bit of irritable bowel syndrome. Hope he's okay with me sharing that.
I mean,
I'm sure
everybody
he's cool with
knows.
it.
I think that knows.
I'm
Well,
sure he's
I
cool
guess
with
not
it.
everybody, because there's could be a lot of people. That guy in Ohio is like, oh, I do too. This is.
Yeah, again.
But seriously, can I talk about my thing now?
Oh, right. But yeah, sure. We'll keep
hell.
trying out. I'll look for opportunities
Today
to
is
use the
definitely
next scene.
JoeyInterruptDay.com. So
It's a special day, everybody. April 27th.
So I'm just gonna make it quick now, because like Chuck can't cut all this.
We got time. We got time. Now, why did we both decide to jump that rock? Because it was awesome.
Because it was awesome. So I took a blood test on a food sensitivity thing and found out the reason my stomach hurt my entire life, which I thought was just super normal, by the way. Found out it's not. It was I had a bunch of food allergies. So yeah, I started cutting out all the things, so I can't eat. Eggs are my number one thing that make me want to die. So,
You know, egg whites showed up for mine too. And
was it red?
what?
Because for some reason,
No, I had no like extreme allergies whatsoever.
yeah, it's funny. The only thing in my red zone was that.
Now,
And so,
did we run past here before?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we could have.
We must have been deep
I definitely don't remember,
in conversation.
but like, I just, again, like I kind of watch where my feet go.
Sure.
You
Okay,
know?
continue. Yeah, sorry.
And so, yeah, I can't do dairy or gluten or eggs or pretty much any normal human food that people eat, like when they go on vacation, like pizza, which is the best thing in the world that I miss more than anything. And so I just have to make all my own food and bring it on all of our trips. So
I've been with Spud on multiple occasions where he's gotten a gluten-free pizza crust. That's fine. A lot extra sauce, no cheese, and pepperoni. And honestly, it looks pretty solid. Like,
that was good.
if just cheese, stopped existing, you could adapt to that pretty easily.
It's quite funny, actually, how pizza without cheese at first is like a burrito without cheese. Like,
I think that if we all just been sold that, like, now you gotta have cheese.
yeah, and it's weird how, like, they do not taste the same in any way. And it's kind of weird how the cheese is actually the thing that is flavoring, or I feel like is the entire like dish. Because as soon as you get rid of the cheese, you get all these flavors and all these like, I don't know, it's just so much better. But it takes a while to not hate your life when you don't eat cheese. And fake cheeses, they smell like feet. And so I'd rather just not eat cheese than eat the fake cheese. It's so bad. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Let's talk about Clint's irritable bowel syndrome.
No, it's just an opportunity to play the game.
Chuck,
Next scene.
cut it. We're not doing next scene though. Don't you forget that. You know we're gonna forget that, right?
Yeah, like 1,000 times, but then we'll remember it 1,000 times.
It's so funny.
And Chuck in Ohio on a gray winter day is it going to have followed the joke throughout time and all eternity, you know, because when one joke works with a group of friends or a really good friend, no matter what, it's like that joke is actually the thread, the fabric that like keeps everything together. You know, Brady Kay and I have a ongoing joke that we look for the most inappropriate places to flip each other off without anybody knowing. And we also have a running joke in our vehicles. Anytime we're driving near each other, we look for like ridiculous opportunities to like cut the other one off or like force the other one into a red light. Like,
sounds super
I'll
dangerous.
have a green arrow and Brady will be behind me. And I'll wait until the arrow's yellow, like late yellow. And then I hurry and gun it so that he can't go out. And then I hold out my number one finger. The key ingredient is the number one finger. It is a constant, probably 2-decade-long competition for who can do the silliest like thing in an automobile. Like we had this. He had this appointment set up with me at the Stack Homes a couple weeks ago. You remember?
Yeah.
Well, this bigwig from Colorado at their bank, which, by the way, our friend Brady's a hell of a commercial banker if you need one. Anyways, he gets out of the car. He has his bigwig from Colorado out there with him, and he's showing them the Stack Home, right? Brady gets out on the driver's side and looks and makes sure that guy's not watching. It like pisses me off. It's during this like big appointment. Yeah, so I've got to figure out.
I love how like, no matter how old we get, we're still just like little boys that want to have fun.
Oh yeah, that's the part.
Like no matter what.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have like a ton of fun, Spud, you know? Oh my gosh. This party last night, so it's set up super cool. They've got these loungy spaces. They had this super rad, like old, like vintage Land Cruiser in like the backdrop of the stage, and like all of the cocktail tables had that kind of dressing with like a neon light in the middle of it, so it all lit up. Like, it was really well done. And if there was like a tracker on Spud, oh, and it was in this like 60s motel courtyard. The whole vibe, like just on point. Kanab Film Festival, super rad. Anyways, if you're gonna put a tracker on Spud throughout the evening, you know the scene in Garden State where he does some drugs and like the night just happens kind of
Yeah.
around him on
Yeah,
the sofa.
and it literally, like, yeah, he's sitting on the sofa, and it's
There's
just,
that,
it's a
but like
blur.
I feel like everybody else was in slow motion, and Spud, there was like a tracer, like, you know, you could see like all these places he'd been, and he'd like be at one table for like 15 minutes with this group, and then it's like, all of a sudden he's like, Joey, hold my phone. I've already ran it past the security guard, the director, and the event coordinator. I'm getting in the pool.
This was after Joey gave me the scaredest look, and Molly's like, you're gonna get us all kicked out, Spud. I'm like, no, I ran it by. I
Listen,
promise.
when Spud and I, it's just us together, there's no greater human, because you don't have to pay the Spud tax when it's just two of you. When you're in like a large group function and it's a kind of a business function, there's a little bit of stress involved around this little ball of energy back here. So yeah, but I was very impressed with how professional how professional Spud was in his fun having. He went through all the appropriate channels.
Rule follower.
Rad little gate.
Rule follower.
He just figured out a very safe and responsible way to have a great time. And I ended up end of the evening being impressed.
I definitely am gonna call it Spud tax every event from now on, where I'm like, Joey,
Look,
I
it's worth
apologize.
it. It's worth it, but there's a tax. You will do things that make you slightly uncomfortable. You will get out of your comfort zone, which, hey, that's not a bad thing to promote. And I constantly have to get out of my comfort zone when I hang out with Spud, which is a good thing. Hoi.
Oh, that's fun.
Look at this little grove.
Dude, I love a good downhill.
That was smooth, little switchback. If I was an outlaw, this would be a great little
hiding place.
hiding spot seasonally, you know, when that creek fills up, which it might not ever. I guess if it doesn't fill up this year, it's never going to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it doesn't happen this year. What's your downhill technique?
What you taught me, and then I've added a little bit. I'll actually do, Joe Vigil has this thing where if you can find a really nice, safe, gradual downhill, you do 110% speed workouts, meaning you go as fast as you can downhill to just increase your twitch, you know?
Well, that's cool.
Because you can train and get your lungs really solid, but like for me right now, coming off of the 50 miler, I have to like seriously, I think that maybe that's part of why I'm putting off starting my marathon training, because I've been totally wimping out. But I've got to totally switch my like twitch for the marathon. But that twitch is in there somewhere. I mean, I trained super fast for both of the last two. Not super fast, but just for me.
Well, way fast for
For me personally, they were fast. You know, I mean, you know, I'm pretty slow. That West Plate guy, at West Plate, he goes by Mid-Pack Elite. I thought that was like a super clever name. Hey, you get it back there, partner? Throw something back.
Yeah,
You hanging on for dear life? What's up? Talk to me.
I'm just tired. You're going a little fast. I mean, Joey finished the marathon and I think I came in 2 hours later, and the first thing he did was like, what happened? Hey, I was just running. Thanks for the support.
I'm sorry. I can be a dick. And I just need everybody to know out there, if you're ever listening or watching and you feel like there's a tone with me where it's like, man, he is kind of a dick. I need you to know that's like my jokey persona. So just disclaimer right now, if I throw something out there, Please don't think that's who I am at heart. You know?
I mean, like he can be though.
I mean, it's who I am just all the time, but it's not like me.
Yeah,
you can't get mad at me for being a dick sometimes or saying abrupt things because I'm pretending to be somebody else when I do it. It's like a jokey thing.
Yeah. Well, that makes so much sense because like when we're just alone and no one can hear us doing stuff like in the car and you're like being a super douche, it's like definitely like not.
But do you know that like,
are.
I think what makes you so wonderful is you see through the joke.
Yeah.
So you can play along.
I do love that.
And in that, now that you know that, you can communicate openly about your needs and your role within the game.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, gosh, that one stung a bit, Joey. You know, like, hey, could we tone back, you know, talking shit on my grandma or whatever.
Do you do that with your wife?
Wait, do I really do this? I really did think it was a joke. Like, do I have a joke personality that's kind of in that genre? Absolutely.
No, what I'm saying is sometimes you're like, you know, when you're a jerk, like you're a jokey jerk, do you do that with your wife?
Sure, but I've got, you know.
Do you have like safe words though, where like if you hurt her feelings?
It's a great idea.
Like,
see,
whoa.
I hadn't thought to have that because that would be nice to, because every once in a while there are times where I like do something that I think is going to be absolutely hysterical. Which, by the way, my family upbringing is, if there's just an undertone of being mean, it's like a little funnier, you know. Like, it's just got to be an undertone. It can't be full mean. It's got to be clever mean, right?
Yeah. No, it's funny because.
So yeah, I've got some personalities. I've got some characters that come out, you know.
You definitely have that with like Mike. Whenever you guys are together, there's always like, I feel like you're both sitting there waiting.
Mike, my
like
brother?
Yeah, for like an opportunity to like say or do something to each other, just, you know, just to be a jerk. It's almost like you're both just got this like.
Yeah, but it has to be clever.
Yeah.
If it's just a jerky thing, we get pissed.
Yeah. You can like almost feel it though, like you're both back of the mind, just waiting for something.
Little observant spud. Just.
I just noticed that when we were golfing together. It was like, it wouldn't be for any reason.
Especially on the golf course. Like,
yeah.
The one-liners constantly, yeah.
But it was very obvious that it was like just waiting for that opening. Which, by the way, the golf course yesterday, I know the greens weren't great, but like, that was my first time out this year, and I just can't stop thinking about how much fun that was. I felt a little rushed.
Yeah, but it's because the game's so great, not because that course is magnificent.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's super fun.
I just think it's cool that there's a golf course
joint.
like right here. Like, what is that, like 10, 15 minutes out of town?
Man, how helpful was that information that the golf pro over there shared with us about how many tee times he's booking?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you're listening to this, we have this, you can buy a golf course. You can buy a golf course in Kanab. I know I'm like the committee of tourism board for Kanab right now, but like, seriously, that's kind of rad. Listen.
What? Oh, wow.
I'm just gonna hurry in. Like, look at this MF rock.
I feel like we
When
were
did it
here
get here?
earlier, and I didn't appreciate it because it was like when I was warming up and I was tired, and now I'm like, this is cool.
Hey Spud, let me stand in front of the rock. Come hold the camera.
I don't know why.
I'm standing in the same spot Spud was standing in.
It's not true. That's not true. That was one of those like jerk moments for him, like where he was able to. He saw it. He recognized it. He
Spud
definitely jumped
I was so
on.
excited about it. Thanks for going with that.
for example, like, Chuck,
To
cut
give
back.
you context, let me perform one of these.
Oh, man.
Well,
You know what? I think we are so hilarious. I just could listen to myself be funny
and we
all
will.
day.
Think about, look, this is episode 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Ep
what
2.
if we get to 1,000, which we will, because like,
Well, how about when we get to 1,000?
yeah, when we get to 1,000 shows, because look, we're just not gonna ever stop
Running.
posting videos because we're never gonna stop running. This shit is amazing.
Really is.
And it's so easy. It doesn't like Spud and I, the reason we love it is like, we can just do this and provide this cool service, and it doesn't take any extra time out of our day. And we get to share
because
share
of
this
Chuck.
amazing thing with people. Anyways, can I just hurry and finish this? You can buy a golf course in Kanab right now, and it comes with a bunch of other stuff.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
675 acres. There's only 400 of it that's appraisable, because 200 some odd acres, maybe 275, but I'm not sure if it's that whole amount, is deeded open space, which is the golf course. So the thing that makes the most sense from a use standpoint would honestly be to just kind of open the 9-hole golf course back up here. Obviously, it would take some pretty serious capital. It hasn't been in use in years, but there's commercial parcels in this deal. There's a ton of residential. Pew's Canyon. Man, you got to get in contact with us if you're interested, because
Dude, that would
the
be
guy
like
at Mount
the coolest
Carmel
thing
says,
ever.
even that tiny little par 3 course, like, maybe we should show some pictures of Mount Carmel for context. Cut it, Chuck. Did I do that right?
Yeah, it was definitely good.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it, but I liked
Anyways,
it.
dude at Mount Carmel says that they're booked, like everybody's booking to play there, and I know it's been long overdue spring, but still, there's a demand for it down here.
How many
And
did
the
you say?
infrastructure's all there.
Was it 120? 120 people went through the one day, or how many?
120 groups.
Groups.
That's 480 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
definitely
a
need
solid
to have-
opportunity. An hour from Page, Arizona, so Lake Powell. Yeah, it's a good year to make a move, because there's water flowing. We're coming out of a little road bump in the housing economy with rates and inflation. But I'll tell you what, everybody, there's a strange amount of pressure on this market. It's like people still got to have a place to live. And our poor sweet first-time buyers navigating that, what does a $500,000 house at a 6% interest rate look like on a monthly? And a newlywed couple's got to make a chunk. They got to make a chunk to hang out in Salt Lake, So it's an interesting time, because stuff is still moving. There's still multiple offers on things. It's like money's still coming from somewhere. During the boom, we just kept saying, like, where are all these cash deals coming from? Like, this is insane. So I do think we're going to see a little bit more of people are willing to extend their credit limits and whatnot a little bit over the coming bit. But I don't see anything like, oh wait, happening again. I think at the clip we're at, it's sustainable. We're going to move 30% fewer homes across the Wasatch Front this year. That's what's predicted. So there's just 30% fewer opportunities. Homeowners are wanting to hang on to their 3% interest rate, and like smart money, when their house was worth a ton and they have a ton of equity and the interest rates are good, smart money goes and gets a HELOC, and a HELOC where it doesn't charge you any interest unless you use the money. But going and getting that while you have access to that liquid with low interest rates is really important. So all of you that did that, you've got that HELOC, you've got the great interest rate on your primary mortgage, and it's like, man, we might need more space, or our commute might be longer than we want, but we don't really want to sell because we're in a really good situation right now. So, you know, we're going to feel that pressure for the next year and a half or so. I mean, look, I don't have a crystal ball in any way, shape, or form. It could be 6 months. It could be 3.5, 4 years. It could be that this is just the new norm. But the thing I do know is that there's still like a year and a half of pent-up demand out there in the market. So that's why I say, you know, I think builders will still build, not as much of a clip as they were, but they'll continue to put properties under contract. And after a year and a half, we'll be either in a situation where the pressure pushes it in a really positive direction, and we realize, okay, we have to sustainably move interest rates. We can't swing the pendulum too far one direction or the other. And hopefully we'll make some responsible decisions moving forward. And of course, I love how election time of year, I feel like everybody acts on their best behavior and puts their best foot forward, and actually makes change happen, you know, just in time so that it's fresh on everybody's mind for an election, which, you know, the silver lining to that is shit's getting done, which is cool. So anyways, I'm on the longest ramble fest. I don't even remember what got me on it.
It was the golf course.
Ah, the golf course.
I got you.
Like, what a time. What a time. You're in this amazing little gem of an area that just, look, I mean, look, there's an airplane flying in the sky. There's mist
What a time
coming
to be
off a
alive.
plateau. There's,
Joey is happier than I think I've ever seen him in my life right now.
and 600, this is one of those moments we were talking about. This is one of those, remember when I said we need to buy land at the crossroads on the way out to Saratoga Springs when there was nothing there? This is that moment for this. This
Yeah.
is beautiful.
That is true though. Like,
No way are we already.
can you imagine though, like, if we really did, like, buy it and we just ran the golf course and then let all the other people do their own thing?
I was thinking like how much fun it would be to take the Stack Homes office modules that we have, little 200 square foot. These are super cute. Check them out on the website, on the Stack Homes website. But these little office modules, we set up like 100 of them with like a big main facility, you know, like cafeteria and stuff like that. And it's like Woodward for kids who want to golf, and there's all different levels. There's all kinds of activities.
Oh,
You guys
dude,
have
you
to
could
see
do
the
some-
freaking skate park that they have here, that the city just like super pumped about paying for. Anyway, it's like flawless. They got a rhythm section, like a BMX track, like it's rad. Hit this place, I'm telling you,
I love it.
special.
Dude, I want to live here.
Let's see, did we make crazy good time on the way back? Doesn't it feel like, that was like that run. I don't know if you've heard me say it so far. That was special.
Oh yeah.
I felt like I was
I
floating.
know. An hour and 8 minutes, so yeah.
Exactly.
Four.
We made the exact same time.
We went 4.2 miles. Exactly.
And we got enough juice that if we want to cruise out this afternoon and do bunting for everybody, then we're good.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
Dude, that was way
Brought to you by the good people at Adobe Realty. That's not true. We're not receiving any money from them. Our opinions may not reflect the opinions of their opinions may not reflect the opinions of.
Is that why they do that with things? They put the things on them so that they're not. You know what we're gonna.
What if our thing is? We just always say like, we promise, we love everybody. We don't want to offend anybody, and then so it's just a blanket disclaimer.
Yeah, like if we
It covers us for anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my jokey personas.
Yeah, and I don't take
covered.
offense because
not my fault.
I know it's you. It's gonna happen. So yeah, no, I think just we love everyone. We accept everyone. We actually like genuinely love everyone, and by we I mean definitely me. Like I love everyone.
It's so true.
So-
Spud has more love in his heart
It's actually bursting. That's why the tracker at the party would have been like, it just
all over.
love. I just spilled love everywhere. Whole party love.
Good. It was good. Okay, we'll get you on another one. Thanks for watching. Have we come up with a name? I was thinking,
thought it was just
you know what? Honestly.
What was that noise?
That's the end. That's the end of the YouTube video.
Are you serious?
Man, these batteries, bro.
It just died?
These batteries, bro.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we're not gonna call it just running with.
No, oh, that's what I was saying. Damn it. You know what? Check it out. Look, our assistant packed us with an additional battery.
We have a battery?
Actually, let's just see if it just turned off because it was like at a time limit. Maybe there's enough battery. There ain't. No, that's a bad idea. Abort.
Bad idea.
It's definitely the battery. Okay, so that's good to know. We get an hour and 8 minutes out of a battery if it's on constant, and it has to be on constant.
Dude,
that's the whole premise.
That's pretty good. I mean, other than for when we do our
we're gonna have to get some of Adrian's batteries.
Well, when we do our 100 miler, it's gonna be real awkward because that's 24 batteries.
We're just gonna have our crew. Our crew is just gonna have to be pumping us with food and
batteries
and GoPro batteries. Mother F, mother F, mother why isn't that? Don't tell me this battery's dead. I'm having Adrian has this like gnarly waterproof case, and I just assumed this MFer was waterproof. So I just jumped in the pool with it.
Oh gosh.
Is it not? You have to have the case?
I don't know. But I would have looked into that on a product that's
it's a GoPro. Look at all of their advertisements are like a dude on a kayak in a you know.
Yeah, no, I got you, boo. It's just I don't quite understand. Man,
I got a great shot though.
Some of the stuff you worry about, and then some of the stuff you don't worry about. It's like the Spud tax. You have a Joey tax. I'm gonna go with because holy shit.
I do. I know that.
Joey in his mind, the 7:30 leave time, like that's a tax because I'm like, man, I'm strangely stressed out about leaving right now, and there's no reason.
So what Spud's talking about is look, if I make it up in my mind, you know, even 2 days before, and there's absolutely no reason for it, no basis. If I make up a leave time or a schedule in my mind, we keep in that schedule. Yeah. At really all costs.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
No, that's not true. We're keeping 10 minutes behind that schedule at all costs. Like if I say 7:30, it's 7:40, it's 7:45, but it's understood that that's what it is, you know. And I like having, you know, when we run out, I like knowing exactly. I don't like having a little bit of structure to it. I don't know if it's the military in me or what, but
I mean, I'm the same way if I really truly have to be somewhere. But if I don't have to be somewhere, then I'm like, I don't even care. Screw it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Where's the video when we need it? Basically, Spud was about to be squished by a collapsing door, and I put my hand out. It was the torque ratio on this is insane.
And then he lifted it, and
most people it would like the jaws of life. It would scissor their arm completely off if it got caught in there, and. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Thank God.
What? With this guy.
Where's the GoPro when you need it? Okay, so the reason I was so freaked out. So I put my
Your face is so worried.
But the relief is just palpable right now.
Oh,
okay, so my keys to my car were in in my running belt, and I put my running belt in the back hatch of my car. I've got a wagon in it, and I put it back there. So then I walked up to open the driver's door. I didn't have my key in my pocket, so the door wouldn't open. And I think anybody else would be like, "That's okay. I can just go back there or whatever." But Molly got her Mercedes got messed up, and it accidentally locked her key inside of itself, which I don't think has ever happened before. So and this is my only key for this MFer. For 3, 4, 5 years, however long I've had the car, I've been saying, I gotta get that other key.
I mean, they are pricey though.
I gotta get that other key.
Bob.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is your face, like when you were like, you just had this scared, like I just did something wrong face. Oh my god.
Oh, and I did. I had just done
That
something
was
very
so
wrong.
Great.
Okay, let's hurry and end this show.
And
All right, we love you. Oh no, I was going to tell you about my idea. I have to hurry and finish this. We've been saying we're going on a run with Mojo thing. Go on a run with Mojo.
Yeah.
Because we just want you to come on a run with us.
Yeah.
But I've learned that if you put the word project on the end of anything, it makes it sexy and fun, and it's like a collective.
And then it's a project.
Woo! So we are the Run with Mojo project. Out.